Hello, I'm Ted Klainer, Senior Director of Capital Development at Harborview. I'd like to welcome you to the Harborview TED Talks Bond video series. We're going to take you on a journey as we progress through our bond program, showing you how we plan and design and build our new campus. So let's go on this bond journey together. Come on, right this way. Come on. This way. Welcome to episode 5, part 2. And today we have a very special guest, Sommer Kleweno Walley, our CEO of Harborview. Sommer, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sommer Kleweno Walley. I'm the Chief Executive Officer here at Harborview Medical Center.
So you've been at Harborview for quite a while. I think even longer than I have. And, we don't have to say exactly how many years, but you started out as a speech pathologist, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm curious to hear how you see both the bond program from that perspective, starting out back when in the 1960s. No, I'm just kidding. Back about 20 plus years ago. And what does it look like from your perspective, starting out back then?
You know what's interesting that I was thinking about recently is that I started in 1997, and you are correct, as a speech pathologist, so clinical. And that was 6 months after the West Hospital opened.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
oh,
so
wow.
I think it opened like in the winter time, and then I started in June, and so that 4 West inpatient rehab unit, which is where I started my clinical career after my fellowship, was brand new. And so then you fast forward to I do my clinical time, and during that period was when we ramped up and opened up NJB, where we're sitting right now, right, and mailing.
Yep. So you've in some ways been through 2 bond programs, actually, both the mailing and NJB.
So, and then in different phases, I remember being in the West Hospital and just, being very new in my career as a clinician and not understanding the magnitude of what they must have done to get that building open, built it open, right? Design, build, open. And then having just a little bit of exposure, I have vague memories of some planning for activation for NJB and mailing as a kind of a manager level, I guess, during that time period, or a supervisor.
So Sommer, during those times when you're first occupying West Hospital, West Clinic, and also for NJB and mailing, what was it like having to enter into a new space and kind of suddenly have to change maybe some of your processes, change your workflows? How does that go?
Yeah, so I think when I started in 97 and was in the new rehab floor, I think that I was just in awe of having a first job and working. As we moved into NJB and mailing, I think I had been more on the outpatient side during that time frame. But I do remember a lot of work around things that seemed perhaps small to me. Like, do you remember thinking about, the bathrooms, where the different, where the toilet paper roll go versus where the sink versus where the soap dispensers, right, to that level. And being at that time like, wow, you have to think about every little aspect like that.
To everyone here at the hospital, I just want you to know the amount of time we spend thinking about where to put a paper toilet dispenser is crazy.
I think what that helped me learn is why it's so incredibly important, and I'm so happy that you guys are actively involving frontline staff, frontline providers. We're going to be bringing in family and patient so to get their expertise and their experience as we design things. And I think that that's probably what I learned the most, is that the frontline users and the frontline consumers need to be part of this, because we can sit back and think, oh, this is how it should be designed, this is where things should go. We can hire the best architects and builders and everything, but it's really the end users who have the most knowledge in that area.
100%. That is really true. So we're going to do a couple lightning round questions just for the fun of it. All right, what is the one thing you're most proud of?
Well, the one thing I am the most proud of are my children. And that's what every mom says, but I truly am. And then I would say at work, I think what I'm most proud of is the fact that we stabilized and improved ourselves after COVID. I think it's because we're so, everyone here is so committed to a shared sense of purpose that coming together and just getting it done was not hard to build that culture because the culture already existed.
Yeah. So if you could have a superpower, what would it be? Both as a mom and a CEO.
To be multiple places at once.
Oh, there we go. Multiple places at once.
Yeah.
That's like science fiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be present at multiple places at once. Maybe I can clone myself so I never feel like I'm letting anybody down. Multiple clones, and then you're always at the right place at the right time, and nobody ever is like, why isn't Summer here yet? Why didn't Mom pick me up yet? Why is Summer late? Why is Mom late? Why do I have to stay at the school longer than any other kid because Mom's at work?
I'm glad I added the mom part.
You touched a nerve there.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us for episode 5, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.